Gunnar, are you ready? Huh? Are you ready for this video to be all about you? Because I'm ready. So today's video, I'm going to do a whole video on Gunnar, but I know now you're whining. Do you even know? Oh, just wait. All right, well, I guess this is Gunnar's way of saying welcome to the doghouse or welcome back to the doghouse. If you're new here, my name is Jessica. This is Gunnar, one of our 5 dogs, and he's the only dog to be groomed or that needs like actual grooming past like a little brushing and bathing. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So what I'm actually going to be showing you guys, besides a full groom on Gunnar, is a product that I was super lucky to get my hands on, and it's the VeeHoo professional rechargeable hair clipper or fur clippers. I have a weird issue with calling dog fur hair. I don't know, it's weird. Anyways, so they were kind enough to send me these clippers, and if you do remember, I did a review on one of their pet cots, the elevated dog beds, which we still have and love. So anyways, these are, like I said, and what's in the title, they're rechargeable. So they come with the stand, and then you can basically, you just have them sitting and waiting for use. It's very actually kind of like professional feeling. Back in the day when I was a kid, one of my first jobs that included hanging out or handling dogs was actually at a grooming salon, and so I'm very big on grooming products. I just don't have typically the kind of dogs that you would have to groom. So also rechargeable and cordless, very, very useful for pet grooming. Also, if you have, like, if you're doing an extended amount of grooming, you actually have the option to plug it in and have a cord, and the cord can get pretty long. So if you really need, if you got multiple dogs and you don't want the batteries dying on you eventually, you could definitely make it. I unplugged it. What's really cool is, first of all, it's pretty comfortable. It's very, very light. Even in the veterinary field, there's we use a lot of these for like clipping around areas for, you know, setting catheters, surgeries, anything like that. They can actually be really heavy. These are really light. They have one button, which is great. This is really quiet. This is the lowest. Okay, it's not really the speed, but I forget how to like go about it. But you can change it to where, you see how quiet it is depending on which one you're on. So you can change I don't even know what that would be called, the clipper head, to the length, to whatever length you want. So that would make it really, really short, fine clip, and this would make it a little bit longer. So depending on the dog, depending on what area of the dog, and you don't want to, like if it's like the ear or something, you'd actually want to do, I believe, this setting. So, but we're not doing anything crazy like that with Gunnar. It also comes with your basic like maintenance supplies, a little bit of the cleaning oil, a brush for cleaning the clipper part, and then of course these like snap-on clipper heads. I believe that's what those are called. Oops, so if you don't want to do like you can do the body of a dog. Oh, I see it. All right, so you can pick which side. So it's 2 on 1, so you can turn it around. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna get Gunnar ready, and what I do is I actually will do this part first, and then I'm actually going to bathe him, and we'll run through that, and then I have another new product that I'm going to use on him, which I'm very excited. So we'll get there at the end. Are you ready? Yeah, I think so. Oh gosh. All right, it's happening. Sorry, but it's happening. Mr. Gunnar. Okay, settle. It's enough. Shh. 2 brushes that I'm gonna have. I'm not totally gonna brush him out right now, but I have a slicker brush, and I do use a furminator on certain parts of the dog's bodies. I don't use this on every part. It's not appropriate. So what I'm gonna do is I roll Mr. Gunnar over like this. Again, everybody that is not new to the channel, they know that Gunnar came to us very, very stimulating. He can be very easily stimulated, and so this is actually a good practice every time I do have to groom him to help him focus and not get overstimulated with all kinds of things around. So anyways, you'll see a lot of that happening. All right, so before I start actually doing anything, I'll just kind of go over what I actually groom. I don't do much of his body unless it's necessary, which it's not. Gunnar, stop. And so what I like to do is I trim the feet. I trim all four paws. Stop. I trim all four paws. I do in between here for the most part, and then a little bit on the top here. And then I also, because Gunnar has a strange boy part going on that I don't know how it happened, if he was born that way or what. Occasionally, I know this isn't super uncommon for a lot of male dogs. Gunnar, stop. Stop. But it's a very short situation and crooked, so he very, very commonly will pee on his, because he squats, and he even squats. He'll pee on his feathers, on his leg feathers. So I will trim those. I like those. I like them to have their look, but I do have to trim them up a bit to keep them sanitary. And he misses it more. He also tends to get like redness and itchy skin between the toes. Playing around with his diet right now, and also you can't always avoid it because it can be very environmental. So that's why keeping the fur between the paw pads trimmed is helpful, because there's less stuff for pollen and the weeds and things and the grasses to attach to and sit in there for him to react to. The other area that I do is I do like a sanitary cut of the belly here. I trim up this. And then I also trim his ears. I trim just inside here on each ear, and that way there's a little bit more airflow to get in there, so it's not so hot and heated once the hot weather starts. So anyways, here we go. All right, I'm gonna try out the clippers. Stop. So he's not totally, this is not new to him. I've been doing this to him since we got him. But definitely not with some legit clippers. I had some tiny ones that I was borrowing from a friend, like this big. Not ideal, but they worked for them. This is really nice. The fact that these are so light is such a big deal to me because I have such bad hands that I'm used to heavy ones and just killing my hand. This is great. So I'm going to show a little bit of the redness here that he's had. I have put off this video for a few days past what I would normally do, and it usually is not this bad. But he does tend to lick his feet occasionally, which I correct him when I can, but obviously in the crate and stuff you can't do that. So I'm going to get this hair nice and short, and then a good bath will help with that drying out. You actually want it to dry out a bit. You never want to cover that up. Stay. This is a good area for while you're grooming. This is why it's important to groom your dogs, is that this is the perfect area to double check for ticks. This is where they like, where they like to hide the most. In ears and between toes is a good time to see that, and also when you remove the fur, it helps give them less of a hiding space. I don't have a tick problem, knock on wood. I've never had a tick problem, so I think I've just been lucky being in Florida that it's just my environment hasn't been that bad. So So far, I'm digging these. They get real close to the fur or skin, which I really like. We're gonna do your no-no area. You gotta stay still, very still. Alright, so I don't do a whole lot with the ears, and you can see that I still have 100% battery, which is awesome. Not that this is a huge long grooming session, but I do the ears just because he's a golden and they tend to have ear infections. He does get dirty ears compared to the other dogs, but with the flappy-eared dogs, they hold more dirt, moisture, and heat in their ear canal, so it can get quite dirty. But just like thinning out the fur here makes the ear a little bit lighter. I mean, I like this, so I don't like to mess with it, and I keep it nice and combed typically. But this just kind of opens it up so that it's just a little bit less heaviness on the ear flap, the pinna, and it just creates a little bit more airflow in here to avoid the typical nasties. All right, it's time for the outside part. Got our bath stuff going on. Yes, I tether and keep all the mess out here. It's great. Got my stuff on my little makeshift shelving. Today's shampoo is going to be from Pet Head, which I love. Some ear wash, which is almost empty. I actually leave the nail trimming part at the end when he's all wet, because nails are actually easier to clip when they're wet because they're softer. So you get less of it's not as hard, and it's also not as like clippy and like cranky on them. Like it's not as crunchy feeling, so I feel like they feel it less. It's just easier. So then first off, quick little brushing, and we're gonna bathe. Alright guys, so the bath is done, and I did a little towel drying. Did his ears already. There wasn't much to take off his toenails. The quicks are a little bit long. He's not used to having he's used to having his nails trimmed. He's actually fine with it, but the quicks are long, so it's just been a small trims for him for now. So anyways, my next new toy is this guy. So this is not obviously, this is something I invested myself in. I've always wanted one, especially now that I have another German Shepherd in the house, and of course now Gunnar. These pet blow dryers are definitely a lifesaver for all kinds of stuff when you have any form of double-coated fur dogs. So yeah, we're gonna get Gunnar used to this. He's never had it done to him before. It does take a little bit of getting used to. Grimm's first time didn't do bad. What I like to do, I'm just not going to deal with nonsense from him. So that's all we kind of do. We kind of help work him through the uncomfortableness of having a blow dryer machine on you. So I'll show you what that kind of looks like. All right, guys, there's our finished product, our fluffy 98% dry golden retriever Gunnar, who's now gone. Gunnar, come here. Can you get where I want you? Come. There he is. He's all trimmed up, he's clean, he's feeling really zippy now because he's all cleaned up. But the fun thing is he's super nicely trimmed. Just looks nice. He looks so sporty, Gunnar. And he's also just almost totally dry. Dexter, are you ready for your bath? No, you're good. You go in the tub with Lila. Anyways, so yeah, there he is. Hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was helpful. And of course, there's going to be a 10% discount code down in the descriptions below, and also the link to their Amazon if you need a good pair of pet clippers to jump and growl about and look as good as Gunnar does. I do highly recommend this product. I definitely am very happy with this product. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, comment below. Talk to you guys later. Say bye, Gunnar. No? I know Grim's so mad that you're getting all the camera time. All of it. Bye.